Good morning, everyone. I'm here today to update you on the status of our vaccination effort at the John Zon Center. But before I do that, I have a million thank yous, so bear with me on that. I want to thank the Greenfield Health Department under Jennifer Hoffman for all of the work that they have done throughout the pandemic from beginning till now. The Greenfield Fire Department under Chief Strahan and all of the firefighters, including Alex Cooley, who was very helpful throughout this vaccination effort. And the Greenfield Police Department under Chief Hay. The Greenfield Police Department were also here all the time, helping out, standing guard. The Greenfield Council on Aging and Hope McCary for her graciousness in allowing us to use the building, and her patience. And Community 911, Matt Woltenbright. Did I say that right, Matt? From one Wedegartner to a Woltenbright, okay. Who has been directly managing the clinic here at the John Zon. And again, our partners at the FRCOG, Franklin Regional Council of Governments, for their support and assistance, particularly Tracy Rogers and Linda Dunlevy. And countless medical and clinical volunteers who gave so much time to help here when the community was in need, and in need of their particular touch. When we reopened the John Zon as a vaccination site in January of this year, whoops, see Daisy, our first goal was to vaccinate our first responders. From that day, January 13, we kicked off 4 months of vaccines and moved from first responders to the public at large, following Governor Baker's and the Massachusetts Department of Health's designations of who could be vaccinated and when. Now I'm going to throw a bunch of numbers at you, and usually I wouldn't want to do that, but these are awesome numbers. So take note, please. In that time, from January 13 until today, and by the end of today, the total amount of vaccine given at the John Zon Senior and Community Center will be 17,000 plus doses. And that includes over 50 clinic days of operation. About 5,000 of those 17,000 went into Greenfield Arms. The remaining doses were given to others in Franklin County, and as far east of us as the Cape and the Islands, Provincetown, Nantucket, and Martha's Vineyard. I guess they just couldn't wait to get off island and get on terra firma and drive 100 and some odd miles, but whatever, we welcomed them. And as far west as Berkshire County. Over 400 communities are represented in that 17,000 plus. Along with the FRCOG's vaccination clinics, our combined efforts resulted in 25,000 plus people being vaccinated out of the state's 6.9 million people that have been vaccinated in Massachusetts since May 13. Of special note, over 200 volunteers putting in 10,000 hours at least participated in clinical and non-clinical roles, and they came from the MRC, which, remind me what that is?
Medical Reserve Corps.
That's right, Medical Reserve Corps. The Council on Aging, FRCOG, NWMIMAT.
Northwest Massachusetts Incident Management.
All right, great. Otherwise, nitwit or something. I don't know. That's what it looks like on here, and I didn't want to say that. Bay State Health, Greenfield Community College Nursing Program, local fire, EMS, police agencies led by the Greenfield Fire Department. Our volunteers have said, and I want to also acknowledge that in those volunteers was City Council President Penny Ricketts and City Councilor Virginia DeSorger, a retired nurse who dusted off her nursing hands and participated in giving back vaccinations. Volunteers have said things like, "This is the best thing I could do right now. I wish I could take more time off from work in order to volunteer. I am so happy when we can help someone who comes in nervous and unsure feel more comfortable and relaxed by the time they leave here." As rewarding and phenomenal as all of that is and has been, we will be closing our clinic to first doses at the end of the day today. We will hold another second dose clinic, I'm told it's an encore, here in early June, June 9th. And then we will close for good and return the John Zon Senior and Community Center to our seniors and to Council on Aging Director Hope McCary, and hopefully, eventually, as the good news keeps pouring in about the status of the pandemic, to the public. We have fulfilled our promise to the community to help the most essential and most vulnerable. We vaccinated first responders, medical personnel, seniors, and teachers to get the schools open. Since then, the supply elsewhere has met the demand for vaccines, and there are now various venues, our pharmacies, our doctor's offices, that can carry forward. So once again, I just want to thank every one of you and everybody who participated. It's been great. And I'll take some questions if you have any questions.
It's actually just a clarification. Earlier you said 17,000 doses. Is that 17,000 people or people who also got second doses within it?
It's combined, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so, but, you know, some people get their first doses here and go elsewhere for their second, and some people come here for their, you know. It was all the same vaccine, Moderna. No questions?
There's still obviously quite a few people that need vaccines. What would you say to them? Even though this will be closing, there's still, like you said, there's other places open. What would you say to the people who haven't gotten there?
Well, I would say go get your vaccine. Find a location. We are going to assist when the time comes, if necessary, for children's clinics, but at this time we're not doing or have any plans to reopen for children's. Again, physicians and other venues can help with that. And, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with boosters. That it's to be determined, but as I said, we stand ready to help everybody, others, in assisting them. And so our firefighters and our police officers and our health people can go back to doing their real jobs. So that's primarily it. But I just encourage everyone to get a vaccine. It's so important. Yeah.
What is Greenfield's plans now with the new CDC regulations happening? Are you going to?
Well, it just happened yesterday. I consider it good news. I do tend to pay attention to what the governor does, so we'll have to talk about that. But I assume you mean in terms of you know, lifting the mask order and things like that. Have to mull that over with my excellent team here. So.